Right, this is it. Christmas special. It's done. 2015, finished. Even though I'm recording this before I record the two videos because, I don't really want to do this drunk. It kind of defeats the point. So, yeah. Anyway, before we get to the fun stuff like, my life for the past year, I'm going to talk about the YouTube thing because I've kind of gotten a lot of insight into it. Over the last 12 days. This is, by the way, this video is mainly going to be for me, as I believe I said in some Showdown video. I think it was probably day 11 Showdown video. It's just sort of like, this is just a clarifying thing for me, and you all get to take part in it, because, hey, I'm nice. But on the bright side, I found something incredible, which is, it's not really fitting in the slightest to end off Christmas, but, I found some of Marley's juice. Yes. I don't know why this is a product that's sold. It's quite tasty, though. It's Marley's Mellow Mood. It was in the energy drink section, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? So, everyone can have a bit of Bob Marley's juice. There you go. It is genuinely quite nice, though. I have to say. I would buy it again. 10 out of 10. Anyway, as a lot of you saw, in Showdown's Day 10 thing, I got really pissed off, and, at least for the second video, I pretty much said, like, I don't want to do this anymore, this is pissing me off, it's driving me fucking mental. Quite a lot, like I say, a couple of you awesome souls, i.e., when it loads, fucking Red Dragon and Cool Flyboy, actually said thank you for all the effort I've put into, like, doing this, and, that it can't be easy, and I really appreciate that. You know, it's like I say, it's little things like that, the sort of thing, it make you think, you know what, I can keep going, because at the end of the day, that is kind of why I do YouTube, for the comments, for the small following I've managed to amass over, I think, 5 fucking years. I think this is actually the 5th year of this channel, if you can believe it. I believe I'm fairly confident I started YouTube when I was 16, and I am now 21. Yeah, which is weird. It's a bit different. I genuinely never thought I'd take it this far. I have to say, I'm quite impressed that I've sort of just kept plodding on. Even though there have been some lulls in it, there have been some sort of dead periods, you know, end of Black White was a dead period, and pre-Horus was certainly a dead period, but I'm really, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm impressed at myself that I've carried on, or just, you know, it's just a very odd thing. But, yeah, like I say, the last 12 days have kind of given me some perspective on that, which is, this is probably as big as my channel will get. Unless I actually go out of my way to actively sort of try and advertise it, and try and do crossovers with some of the bigger YouTubers, this is pretty much the pinnacle. After 5 years of doing this, I don't think anyone's really taken a notice, apart from my little core group. I've pretty much been going from between 495 and about, I think the max I hit was 510 subscribers, and that's in the last year. Like, I have barely dropped and I've barely risen. It's really cool that I've barely dropped, but it is, it's a fact. It's something that it is something I can take away that it's barely risen either. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. Bloody hell, Bob Marley's juice makes you gassy. Yeah, what the fuck is in it? But yeah, like I wouldn't. Yeah, what I've done is I've proven that if everything goes well and everything's fine, and I make arrangements in advance, which I didn't, I can pump out 2 videos a day. And that's generally the accepted amount of content for a gaming channel. That's sort of what you want from it when you go look at it. But, like I say, the first week wasn't too bad because I managed to pre-record the weekend before the first. So I had a bit of leeway on that, but once that dried up and it got to the Saturday and I was fucking dead and I didn't want to do anything, it's instant stress, and it's sort of like, I don't really want my hobby to become that. I don't really, I like dispensing bile, about random shit in my life and random stuff that I see, again, randomly. But as a general thing, it's like, this is my hobby, and I have spent quite a lot of money since moving out to make my hobby a bit better. Like, in context of, it's better for you because the quality's better, I've got a better webcam, I've got a supercomputer of death, I've got an Xbox One, which I will record at some point, I have a PS3 that I can't record at some point because my game capture won't do it, and I do have a massive backlog of games to get through. And it's like, I don't really like coming home and just feeling like I need to vent and bitch about YouTube. It is not what I want to do. So, like I say, unless someone randomly notices me, there have been a couple of bigger channels, and I am matey with a few bigger channels, like Xerxes, Nick's channel's bigger, Cooper's channel is bigger than me, although he's been doing it for a lot longer than I have, I think. Quite a bit longer. And Robotnik's channel's bigger than me, so yeah, I know I'm mates with a few of them, but no one ever seems to just sort of pick up on it, and I'm kind of okay with that. One of the things that I have come out of this with is loads of you have just commented on pretty much every single video I've uploaded over the last 12 days. And while I have missed a lot of it, and believe me, once I am done with this and I'm done recording and I wake up tomorrow in my hungover days, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at every comment. I'm going to try and respond to it, because I did miss an awful lot of them, which also led to some interesting mishaps of trying to communicate and breakdowns in communication and stuff. But yeah, I really do appreciate that, and as I said many times before, comments are what I look for in YouTube. It's the most important thing to me by a country mile. You can like it if you want, you can subscribe if you like, that's gravy, I'm not going to complain. But a comment, like an actual comment leaving feedback or just saying how much you enjoyed it, that means literally the world to me. And it has done for the past 5 years. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that, but I can about manage 2 or 3 videos a week when everything goes well. And, work isn't stressing my balls off, which it kind of is on a constant basis at the moment, but that's kind of what I get for having a physical job. That's kind of where I ended up with over the last 5 years, so that's on me, I guess. But, yeah, I would rather keep YouTube fun for me, because at the end of the day, that is sort of where I'm at with it. It's like, YouTube is something that I find enjoyable because it means that I would have gotten bored of Pokemon fucking years ago, even with the Zap, if it wasn't for YouTube. I would not be playing this fucking game, but I am, because you guys enjoy it, and you guys offer things, and you say how much you enjoy the narrations and stuff like that, so it's gotten more out of Pokemon than I ever realistically could have. It's gotten more out of games. I'd probably just be sitting here playing FIFA, because that's probably the only game I'd ever have relevance to. Now, arguably, because of YouTube and it renewing my love for games, I probably would have gone out and done things with my life, but I don't know. You could argue that either way, but at the current point I'm at, YouTube does sort of keep me going, and it does keep me enjoying things, and, it does make me look forward to doing stuff. So there is that point of view from it, and like I say, I really do appreciate all the comments, and the little band of 500 that I've got that seems to stick around through thick and thin. Like I say, it means a lot. It really does. Because, yeah, even if it was just 100, even if it was 50, I'd take that. I'd be happy with that. And like I say, I've been building this shit up to the 500, so, like I say, if it stayed at 500 for however long I do this, probably quite a while, I wouldn't mind. I'd be happy with that. As long as it's the same bunch of people hanging about, all of us having a good laugh, I have no problems there. Anyway, so that's kind of clarifying my YouTube situation. Yeah, like I say, it wouldn't have been so bad if I did actually pre-record more stuff, but I did have a big grandiose plan for this Christmas special, like this sort of really big LP, and like I say, just I severely you know, overrated the people who would be making my 3DS capture board, which, yeah, I was expecting a month before delivery, and they've given me 5. Now, there is always the option that I've ordered it from the wrong site, and they've just taken me for, like, 350 quid. I'd like to think maybe not. I'd like to think I'm pretty good on that one. I did do a decent bit of research before, you know, paying £350 to a random website in Japan for something that I have no idea whether it... Well, I've seen it. I know that you can get them. It's just... yeah. But, I did, like I said, I did have this massive plan, and it just kind of got shot in the foot, and then I was pissed off, so I just didn't do anything. That big LP, when my 3DS does eventually show up, shall be done. I'm assuming it's... I ordered it, what, like, early October, so I'm kind of expecting, if it is an actual company, that it will show up probably around February, mid-February, end of February, early March-ish. So when that shows up, then I'm probably going to start doing that. So, yeah. That's the plan, and I do have many fucking games that I need to get to. My re-LP backlog hasn't exactly gotten any shorter since I've only done 2 fucking games. And a few of those games are biggies. I am planning at some godforsaken point in the future to do Final Fantasy 13, 1, 2, and 3 for some fucking reason. Which, yeah, there'll be a lot of bile dispensed in that one. I will get fucking livid playing those games, because I hate them. But it's like Need for Speed showed, it is actually kind of enjoyable to just get really angry at something. So, there is that. Although Final Fantasy 1 might just make me bored. Final Fantasy 2 or 13-2 should be pretty good, though. Like, I hate that game so fucking much. It's horrible. It's evil. It's shit of the highest caliber. But anyway, that's enough for the YouTube stuff, I guess. The only thing I will be saying, which I should probably end the video off with, but I'll end it here, because, like, if you just want to watch it, this is the YouTube bit, that's that, and that's fine, and then the rest of it is going to be just what's happened in this year for my life, because it's been a big year for me. In fact, the last 2 years have been pretty fucking mental. So, there is that. Like I say, I am going to take a little bit of a break. Like, not a complete, hard, dead, stop break. As I said before, or quite a few times, I am going to be doing Christmas special bonus stuff, because there are a crap ton of people I didn't get to. And thank you to all the people that, you know, did actually take the time out to battle me and have some larkings. Like, you know, you got your Cooper, you got your Nick... well, we had Bootius give us an IC match. We had Fabius give us an IC match. We had Darky. Darky gets a massive thank you. If it wasn't for Darky, none of this shit would have happened. You know, Kote, Robotnik helped us out with a showdown video. So, yeah, like I say, please tell me I haven't missed anyone else. That's really awkward. Like I say, we got Cooper, Nick, we got Fabius, Bootius, Darky, Kote, and Robotnik. I think that's it. If I'm wrong, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past myself. I'm not exactly the most observant person in the world. But, yeah, thank you to all for making the time to engage me in these shenanigans. It was a lot of fun. Even though I'm fairly confident every single game I've played against someone I've lost, apart from one against... oh, was it Cooper? Yeah, the one against Cooper. That was the only game I've won, and he brought such an inferior team compared to mine. It's just like, yeah, it's not really fair when you rock up with a low punny and a B-drill. It's not the most fair thing in the world, but there you go. I'll take the win. So, yeah. That's kind of that. But I am gonna... like I say, I do want to battle, I want to at least have a proper Wi-Fi battle against, Robotnik. I'm going to have a Wi-Fi battle against Malk at some point when he gets back to me. I am going to be doing an IC match against, what is your name, my brother? What is your name? Promethean Venator. Well, hopefully. He's not using a Steam version of IC, but hopefully it'll all work out, and hopefully we'll have a match. Yeah, I want to do showdown battle against Xerxes and against Socrates, and then I think that might well be it, apart from maybe a four-player IC match against Boetius, Fabius, and Promethean. So that'd be cool. But yeah, apart from little things like that, I am going to be just sort of trying to do a bit of downtime. I wouldn't worry too much about a complete lack of content because I am really enjoying 350 Cup. So I'll probably end up doing a fair old bit of that because I want to make sure I get my money's worth before the month runs out. But yeah, so like I say, that's kind of my plan till the end of December. I just want to slow down. I want to play more Fallout because the last couple of weeks I've barely had a chance to fucking play it. Especially as a sort of like, when I try and play games on my computer and upload, for some reason YouTube doesn't like that. It will start freaking out. It will just stop the upload without bothering to tell me. It will just freeze at a certain percentage, and then when I look back 2 hours later and it hasn't moved, I freak my shit. So I kind of just stopped playing it, just to make sure that YouTube just got on with it. I wasn't interfering, I wasn't fucking around with it, it could just do its thing. So yeah, I want to go back and play more of that. I haven't touched Tales of Zestiria since Fallout 4 came out in fucking November. So I'd kind of like to get back on that horse and finish that up and see whether that's actually any good. Because so far I'm sort of, about 70%, yeah, it's alright, to a 30%, So, I kind of like to get a final opinion on that. But anyway, right, YouTube, done, cool, it's over, right, bye, yeah, fucking hell, it's been a big one. I've actually had my first full year of work. I need more Bob Marley's juice. Thank you, Bob Marley. It's really tasty, you should try it. It's not too bad. Yeah, I had my first full year of work, which is kind of a big deal for me. And like I say, when I first started YouTube, I was pretty much in the doldrums of depression, which wasn't a lot of fun, and it did take me quite a long while to come out the other end of that. But like I say, I had my YouTube, I had all that starting up, so there was enough to get me going, and it did kind of help get me through it. But to actually come out the other end and have, like I say, my first full year of work, I moved out this year into this lovely place, living above an alcoholic. He could probably hear that. Oh well, he'll get on with it. I went out and I bought my... Well, I know I got given a car by my sister. It kind of died over the course of the year. It had a hard life. I believe I ended up scrapping it for about 60 quid. Because like I say, over the course of the year, it just started spewing oil from everywhere it could. It didn't give a shit. It didn't want to be a car anymore, it had enough. But yeah, I actually went out and bought my first car with a bit of help from a mechanic mate of mine, just to make sure I didn't buy another complete, buy a complete piece of shit. So yeah, like I say, it might not seem that big in the grand scheme of things. I'm sure a few of you are sort of like, it's not that amazing. You're right, you moved out, ooh, you've worked for a year, ooh, you bought a car, ooh. But like for me, again, like, especially as the 4 years of my life that I just didn't want to do anything, I pretty much spent it inside. So I've kind of built up this irrational fear and hatred of people in general. So for me, like, moving out is pretty big, because I've been wanting to move out for quite a while. And like I say, with the help of my sister, I finally managed to get out of my house, because it got to the stage where it was just not an environment I wanted to be a part of. But actually being able to go to just a place, like starting out at a place where I didn't know anyone, I had no concept of the work I was doing, that was probably the scariest part of my life. I haven't had a lot of experiences in my life. Being 21, there's quite a lot of it ahead, but that was quite easily, number one on shit myself factor. And yet, like I say, I look back on it now and, I get on with everyone, I know what I'm doing, I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. It is pretty much just sort of data entry and moving stuff. but it is more than what I was doing, just sitting at home on my Xbox doing sweet dick all. And now I'm earning money, I'm reasonably self-sufficient. I have had a few helping hands, and even though I needed to get out of my parents' house, they have been pretty helpful. So, yeah, like I say, that's just... It's really huge. I never expected that. I was only doing a 3-month temp thing, and then they hired me at the end of the 3 months because they said I was good, and they didn't want to get rid of me. And I was I don't know. To me, that was sort of just a big victory moment. And then I also passed my test that month as well. So yeah, I've also been driving for a year, and I haven't been caught speeding, which I thought was quite impressive. Because I don't know how it works in other countries, but if you get caught speeding here in the first year that you've had your license, it immediately gets revoked and you have to retake your test, which is like... so yeah, that was interesting, trying to rein that in. But, like I say, that's sort of what my year's been. It might, like I say, it might not seem that impressive. Yeah, I'm sure quite a few of you are out working when you were really young. I know a few people at my company who've been working since they were like 15, 16 and got their licenses at 16. I also know a few people who are quite old and actually still live with their parents, but I don't know. So, life does weird things like that. But for me, from my point of view, it has probably been the biggest year of my life. And I feel like I've done pretty good. I feel like I'm nearly self-sufficient. A lot of my old habits still remain. I still tend to hoard things. My room is still a complete fucking just shit pile because I barely ever clean it out. But I'd like to say I'm pretty happy, and I feel like this year's gone very well. And hopefully next year will go just as well. I'm not sure what can really happen next year, but My plan for next year, at least, is I'm pretty much going to spend another year working at the company I'm working at, and then I'm probably just going to go off and try and find another job, because the company I work at is, while I really like the people, and while some of it is kind of louche, there are other aspects of it that are ball-crushingly strict, and the work is fucking hard, and I earn sweet dick all. So, I might go... There was one job that I was looking at that might actually help benefit the YouTube situation if I really wanted to try it. Which is, I can't remember what company it's for. It might be DHL, which is a delivery company if you don't know, although I think they are worldwide. If you go work at, like, Heathrow Airport in London, I believe it's supposed to be 3 days a week, 12 hours a day, which is like... Oh god, that's horrible. But once you get used to it, it can't be. It'll be rough. But then it's 4 days of weekend. The hours are also a bit weird. But like I say, 4 days just downtime to chill would probably help the YouTube situation quite a lot. Like I say, just making content to cover the 3 days, and you got 4 days to do whatever the fuck you want. I could get behind that. That sounds pretty good. I'd be dead at the end of the 3 days, but you do have the time to sort of recuperate yourself and get on with it. So that's that. Anyway, yeah, I believe that's kind of it. It is kind of tricky to tricky to talk about how my life's going, because I am rather fortunate when I look back on it. I don't know, people who go through what I went through tend not to get as much help as I do, and I actually got pretty lucky to have parents who gave a shit. My sister gave a shit, and I actually ended up, apart from one doctor who was a horrible cunt, most of the professionals who ended up trying to look after me did a pretty good job. So I came out of it pretty well, and like I say, now I'm living here, I've got all my cool shit. I think I've done pretty good, and I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in, considering that, like I say, when I was, 16, 17, I dropped out of school, and I had pretty much no prospects and no drive to do anything, and here I am now. So, you can do it if you try. The fat man on YouTube says so. Yay! Anyway, that's gonna be that then. If you did manage to stick around to the end, thank you. I do appreciate it. As I said, this was kind of more for me than anything else. Just as it's more of it's a good opportunity for me to clarify my year and to think about what's happened in it. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the Christmas special through the ups and downs. You all seem to enjoy it a lot, and I suppose I should probably let it sit for at least a couple of days so that people can catch up and watch everything. I was planning on doing another 3 videos, and I was like, 24 videos in 12 days is quite a bit to digest, I have to say. Although if someone could marathon that shit, you'd have my respect, I'll tell you that. But yeah, that's gonna be that. So I hope you all enjoyed, because for the most part I did. For the most part, and like I say, I'm gonna record the last 2 videos tonight. Socrates is ready to go, nearly, once he's had his nosh. And then, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then that'll be that. And like I say, I am massively glad that I actually managed to do this year. I really am, because like the last year I just did a New Year's special, and it was like, ugh. So I am glad that I sort of managed to find some sort of drive to do it, even if it took me months of procrastination to get there. But there you go. Like I say, I hope you've already enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully next year, I've learned my lesson now, so hopefully next year will be a bit more planned and methodical, and I don't know, might even be even more videos. We'll see how we go. I might even have to work out a proper uploading schedule so people have time to watch all the shit I puke out onto the internet. But yeah, hope you all have enjoyed. I hope you all have a fan-dabby-dozy Christmas and a really good New Year. And yeah, if you don't watch any more of my shit, then I suppose I'll see you in 2016. Or if you don't watch any more of my shit, well, bye.